So we are very pleased to be with you tonight. I'm here with my colleague Adelina. So we are both working in DG Connect Unit G2. I'm Deputy Head of Unit and she's a Policy Officer specifically in charge of extended reality. And we are going to tell you a couple of words about our vision and strategy for extended reality and the coming goals that are of interest for you all today. So next slide, please. Connect G2 is a unit dealing with different things. So we are not exclusively working on extended reality, but we are also working on interactive technologies as such and on digital technologies for culture and education. All those things basically fit together because up to now, many applications for extended reality were in the cultural and education domains, even if not limited to that. So this is why historically all those things are together. But this is quite clear that we are really encouraging applications across sectors beyond the domain of culture and education. So we are certainly not limited to that anymore. Our goal is also to support a much wider adoption and to make sure that all the tools, devices, and applications developed and used in Europe are meeting European values. Next slide, please. Extended reality is definitely going mainstream. I think that probably most of you who are attending the meeting today know it. We have different fields of applications: learning, surgery, leisure, multimedia, design, construction, entertainment, and as I said before, culture, for example, or multimodal interaction. So it's really something that is developing fast. And still, we can see that there is a room for a lot more than what we have for the time being. So everybody talks about it, even more with the COVID-19 crisis, with the climate environment issues. People say, okay, look, XR might be a solution for many problems. It should come, but still at the end of the day, it's not coming really completely. So next slide, please. So what are the issues that we observe today in our position of strategy thinkers at the European Commission, if I may say, is that XR is gradually moving from hype to reality, but it's really gradual and relatively slow. It's not like suddenly everybody has a VR headset and is using VR every day. There is stress is definitely raised by the COVID-19 crisis, I said, at the climate and environment concern. So this is really a political moment to have XR developed much more. It can create values across multiple sectors in economy and society. We still see the first platforms and rollouts in large companies. We can see an increasing number of applications for immersive experiences, and the technology itself is maturing. It's more capable, comfortable, affordable most of the time. We have better infrastructure and faster networks. So we talk about fiber here, we talk about 5G, and we have improved capturing and authoring tools. Next slide, please. But we still have many challenges. The first one is that anything related to hardware XR is definitely dominated by non-European corporations. It's not only for XR, but for XR it's crystal clear. The hardware can still be quite expensive if you want a decent headset. There is a lack of bandwidth for XR on the go. There is high expectations for 5G, for example, but still not totally there. There is the lack of widely accepted standards. So interoperability is an issue. There are some copyright constraints if you want to reuse content. There is clearly a lack of skills in the industry. So, all the industry we talk to tell us that it's very hard to recruit the people with the right background. And we also need some skills which are not exclusively engineering or scientific or IT, meaning, for example, artistic, when you want to create a realistic virtual world and environment. And what are the real market opportunities in Europe? It's also a bit unclear for the time being what exactly could be the killer application. There is also, next slide please, an issue with the social awareness and acceptance. So it's not so much about the acceptance and the awareness, in the sense that people are not necessarily aware of what they can do with XR, and if they use XR, what are issue that they could have. So it's about data privacy, ownership, cybersecurity, legal consequences of immersive experiences, psychological effects, many questions, and many people asking those questions and stopping at asking them, thinking, okay, this is not solved, so I basically don't want to use that yet. And I don't know if I should use it or not, or even if it could be useful for me. Next slide, please. Still, extended reality in Europe is developing steadily, but with potential not yet fully exploited, as I said. The projections for the market worldwide are huge. I mean, it should explode in the coming years. And EU represents roughly 15% of the world market. We are very strong in certain domains, software, middleware, content creation, access to content, and we have many good SMEs, but we are quite weak on the hardware side. The ecosystem is rather fragmented, and there is still an issue of take-up in many places. And then, as I just explained, we have the question of the EU values, the trust, the confidence, and how to exploit data gathered by such systems. Next slide, please. So to meet all those challenges, we have been funding, and we will keep on funding extended reality quite system-centric. So in Horizon 2020, we had €500,000 spent on immersive technologies, and also some more millions coming from different calls which were clearly related to virtual reality, but not tech as virtual reality. So altogether, it was €120 million in the last 2 years of Horizon 2020 that have been spent in many different domains. So they are all listed there, but they are the usual one. I think you all know all the sectors. And we also focused on multi-user and multimodal interactions and authoring tools. All those projects only started 1 year, 2 years ago. So we did not produce results that most you might have heard of. It was called XR for All. It's now finished. And the goal was to be the first seed for an XR community of European actors, investors, and solution providers. In Horizon Europe, which is what is for the moment open, we have quite many calls this year and next year. I mean, all the 2021 calls are closing today. We hope that some of you have maybe applied. So, and we will have 2 calls open next year. I mean, you are going to discuss the XR technology one today, and Adelina, who is going to take care of it, is going to present it in a minute. Please keep in mind that there is also another call about XR learning, so the use of XR for learning, which is not a research and innovation action, but more applied as an innovation action. And the deadlines are the same than the call that you are going to discuss now. The rest that is closing today, while it was partially some research calls, partially some more applied calls. So you will have noticed that we have selected for this work program 3 areas considered as being a priority for applications. It was media, collaborative telepresence, and learning. I mean, those 3 have not been selected just by chance. They are the result of a lot of consultations we had, and this is where we found the most promising applications in the very near future. The call XR Technologies is open for any kind of application. Next slide, please. And then there are some links with many political initiatives. I will not go into details. I just wanted to show you that this is not something done in isolation, the research program. It comes with a lot of political push from different sources at European and national level. And this is important to understand that this is part of a much larger picture where basically everything all together will contribute to the development and deployment of XR in Europe for the best. So this concludes my presentation. On the next slide, I thought that I had put our contact details, but I forgot. But anyway, you can easily find it on the web if you Google my name. And that's it.